Hi guys, it's Casey Tandingan and I am on the Nico Blitz podcast.
Oh my God, is that Nico Blitz?
Nico Blitz podcast over the internet edition. You know, we've been accustomed to doing interviews like this because of quarantine. And I'd like to introduce my next guest. I've come across her music, her either singing or rapping or doing a mixture of both from Wish. So shouts out to them first and foremost. And as of recently, she's dropped her single 11:59, and she also created the first Filipino Tagalog song for a Disney movie. KZ, what is poppin', friend? What is poppin'?
Hi Nico. How are you guys doing? Hi everybody. Hello.
Yo, I will tell you this. I was speaking to your people from Tarsier Records, right? And they said thank you so much for accommodating because I know it's super late over there in California. And I said, look, I've been following KZ for a minute. I'm happy y'all are accommodating for me. So you know what I mean? Like, I'm so happy to have you, KZ.
And I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me, for allowing me to just talk to you and promote my music. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. You know, KZ, off the rip, literally within the past hour, I found one of your TikToks where you were just rapping, right? So I showed my girlfriend and she was like, okay, I don't understand it, but she's dope. And I'm like, same. Like, I don't really understand too much Tagalog. So then I said, close your eyes. So then I played her 11:59 and she was like, wait, who's this? I said, this is the same girl. And she was like, how does she do that? And I'm like, I don't know, but that's what I got to ask you. Like, you are literally a one-of-a-kind artist. You can rap so good and you can sing like, I don't know, you could sing like Adele damn near. Like, how do you do that?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I have been influenced by a lot of artists. Growing up, I listened to different types of artists, and now I get to work with some of them, the artists I used to listen to when I was a kid. And I think that influenced me in finding who I really am as an artist and realizing that I don't have to limit myself within the bounds of just one genre. So I think that's why I think I am able to do different stuff at once.
Yeah, you're kind of like, I guess to me, kind of like a Filipino Drake. You know how Drake can kind of just go from like reggaeton to like, just like
Switch.
Literally anything. He could do like UK grime and everything. And I'm just like, man, you can rap, you can sing, you can literally
I try.
do everything.
I don't really say that I'm a rapper. Maybe people think I just speak so fast. That's why they think I'm rapping. But
okay. Well, let me just say,
I try.
You speak fast with melody and rhythm so well. So whatever that is. But it's just so interesting to find an artist like yourself. Who are like some of those people that you were, looking up to when you were, getting into music that you are currently working with?
So that's actually a funny story because when I was much younger, I used to listen to like a completely different set of artists because I used to be in the Philippines what you call a biritera, the singer who would always hit the high notes and do power belting. So when I was younger, I would always listen to Miss Regine Velasquez. Miss Regine Velasquez, the icon, the music icon in the Philippines. Celine Dion, Whitney Houston. Those were the type of artists I used to listen to when I was much younger. But then when I was in high school, a polyp grew in my vocal cords. So that kind of changed my music. I almost stopped doing music and walked away from music altogether because in the Philippines, or at least before, at that time, when you're not a biritera, when you're not able to hit the high notes, you're not considered as a good singer. So I almost stopped doing music. But then I discovered different types of artists. I discovered Lauryn Hill. That's when I started listening to Lauryn Hill. Up Dharma Down from the Philippines. A lot of different types of artists that I did not know were there before. So if you ask me who I was listening to growing up, it's a completely diverse list of talented people. But I am so thankful that whatever happened to me, because
Yeah.
if not for that, I wouldn't be able to reach wherever I am right now.
Yeah, I mean, it also kind of just shows how much you really wanted to be in music too, because, when something tragic like that happens, you have a choice. You either say like, "All right,
Walk
maybe this
away.
isn't meant for me," or you know what, maybe
Hmm.
let me figure out a way in which I can actually use this to my advantage. And I mean,
Hmm.
you clearly did, girl. You over here on like Times Square and everything, like man, they let Filipinos over here in Times Square. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. My mom actually got very emotional when she found out about it,
Mm,
because during my first, I think, tour in the US, actually, I was just a guest, or I think a front act for a very famous band from the Philippines. And my mom and I went to Times Square, and we were just walking around, and I remember saying, well, at least this is how my mom remembered me telling her. I
mm.
said, "Mom, I how when will the perfect time be? When will I be able to release music that's gonna be on these things? When will I ever see myself in one of these digital billboards? Blah 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 blah." So my mom got emotional, because we never thought it was possible. We never thought it would happen. So yeah,
Yeah.
but I am super thankful that Tarshia really did the hard work. So yeah.
Yeah, shouts out to them. I don't know if you can hear that applause. Can you hear that applause?
Yeah, I can hear
A
it.
little bit? Okay,
Thank
yeah,
you.
see, we're just making sure that that works, right? But, like, it's so funny because even when I just, found you on Wish, for example, I thought you were just, like, a relatively new artist, right? I'm like, "Okay, maybe she's coming out the cuts," but you've literally been doing your thing for, like, 10 years, so I don't want anyone to think, like, just one day you just hop up on, like, Times Square. It's like, you've literally been doing this for, like give me an exact year. It's been definitely 10 at least.
So, um, professionally, professionally, I joined X Factor in 2012, so
Yeah.
almost 10 years next year. But I've been singing since I was 3,
Okay.
and like doing music and studying at the same time. Yeah, but professionally, I've been in the industry for almost 10 years next year, in
Damn. So
2022.
so you were really trying to do music and also study what, nursing at the same time?
No,
Or what were you doing?
it's
Well,
funny
I
that
don't know.
I'm doing music, but I actually finished a Bachelor of Science in Biology. So,
Oh my god.
but
What the hell? You know who you kind of remind me of? Do you know Ruby Ibarra?
yeah, yeah. She's a
Ruby is
scientist.
she's a scientist and she's a rapper.
Like,
You kind of remind me of
Ruby,
Ruby.
can you not be too perfect?
Yeah, I'm just like, y'all are like the perfect example of like what every Filipino parent wants. It's like, yeah, I did my studies over here, but I'm doing music too.
But I'm pretty sure if not for the support of my parents, I wouldn't be able to really do music. Because if you
Yeah.
have Asian parents, we know they always mean well, but they never consider music as a career that you should pursue to like pay
Mhm.
for the bills. Or they will say, okay, we will support you with your music, but this will only be just for hobby. Okay, you should finish a different course that shall pay the bills in the house, blah 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 blah. But yeah, I am thankful that my parents were very supportive. But yeah, the
Casey.
normal parents asked me to finish my studies first before pursuing music.
Oh, I hear it. Like, so I'm from San Francisco, right? And I ended up moving to Los Angeles back in 2014. And I told my parents, like, I want to pursue a career in like music and radio and, maybe even DJing, right? So they didn't understand anything. So I kid you not, it wasn't until I interviewed Inigo Pascual when they were like, "Is that Piolo's son?" And I said, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh my god, like you're really doing it, Anak. You're doing your thing." I'm like, "Oh my god, I've literally done so many things, and it's not until like Inigo, right? Did
That they
did your
actually
parents
believed you were doing the right thing.
tell me about it, right? What was that tipping point? Was it really X Factor or was it something else for your parents? The tipping point for you?
They've always been very supportive with the music, but like
Yeah.
I said, they wanted me to finish my studies. During X Factor, I auditioned for the show in 29, I think 2011, but
Mm.
I didn't find out I was gonna be part of the show until 2012. So I got the call back. I think April of 2012, May of 2012, and then I graduated April. I got the call back May 2012, and then I graduated April 2012. So by the time I graduated and got a call back, my parents were just okay. Just do whatever you want to do because now you're graduated. You finished your studies. Whatever happens with the music, you can always just go back to just doing
Yeah.
biology.
Go back to your plan A, KZ.
Yeah. So I think that's when my parents really just allowed me to spread my wings and fly and
Mm.
pursue music. But I know that it was hard for them because I had to be away because I'm from Mindanao and that's like a 2 hour flight from Manila, and I just turned 20. So
Oh my god.
yeah, I had to uproot myself, my life from Mindanao, and now I've been in Manila for almost 10 years. Yeah, so that was pretty hard for them because I'm the eldest. Like I'm the eldest,
Um,
but my parents kind of treat me like a baby, so they had a lot of adjusting to do. That they had a lot of adjusting that they had to do. They had to
yeah.
really allow me to just learn from everything and not baby me so much.
What was the hardest thing for you, moving a 2-hour flight away from home?
The biggest challenge is not being able to see them as much as I'd want to because I'm very close to my parents. I'm very close to my siblings, and every time I'm going through something tough, their hugs and the touch and the even though there's technology now, it just it's just different when you get to hug your parents or to talk to your siblings face to face. So that's like the downside of it. But I am sure that they are very understanding of the situation that we're in right now, especially that we're in the pandemic. It's
Oh
harder to
yeah.
just fly in and out of Mindanao.
Oh yeah. I mean, so even during the pandemic, my grandparents had went back to the Philippines. I want to say like January,
Mhm.
February, and they were only going to stay like 2 months.
What
But
was the
then
what year was this? 2020, early
this was
2020.
2020. Yeah, yeah, this was early 2020, right? So literally, in March when the pandemic was officially the pandemic, that 2-month vacation of theirs ended up extending all the way through like June or July. But I've just heard it's just so crazy over there with the pandemic. How have you been able to like adjust with like this new lifestyle that, we've just been forced to get accustomed to?
It was so hard in the beginning because before the pandemic, it was just like work every day and everything was just too fast paced.
Hmm.
That, you always just do the work every day and then all of a sudden everything had to stop.
Yeah.
And coming from an industry that heavily involves being around people, it was so hard for all of us because all our gigs had to be canceled, or all our shows had to be canceled. We had to do online shows, and not
Yeah.
all of us are really well versed with like the tech that you use for like the live shows. I had to learn. I'm just thankful that my husband is like very techy, that he knows what to do. He actually did
Oh
the
man,
setup
shouts out
today.
to him.
Yeah, but it was so hard. But in the beginning, I was kind of in denial. I just thought that the technology now is just so advanced. Maybe like in 2 weeks time the pandemic will be over.
Yeah.
But like after a month, and then like the second month, it just like, oh my gosh, it just felt
You gotta do
heavy.
something about it.
Yeah, it just felt heavy on me. Am
Yeah.
I gonna allow myself to just sulk and be sad about it, or am I gonna do something? Am I gonna push myself to innovate and find something that I can do during the pandemic and still be able to connect to my fans regardless of having like live shows. Parang ganun.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was hard, but I'm thankful that my management and of course Tarshir pushed me to just continue doing music and continue writing and releasing music. But
Yeah.
yeah, it I think it still is, but maybe people are just somehow adjusted to the fact that we are going to be living with the virus for like quite some time, or for a long time. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is pretty hard, but
Well,
thankful.
I noticed over the pandemic, right? Because in this industry, as you said, like we're around so many like hard workers. We're around people who are just
Mhm.
always busybodies and always on the go. What I found during the pandemic was that I saw certain people kind of not do their thing anymore, but then I saw other people like really like blossom and become something that they probably never even thought that would happen, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, girl, I was looking at your TikTok and I'm like, her TikTok is so popping, dude. She's over here doing the dancing, she's doing her
I
rapping, her singing.
I learned
You
I
figured it
learned
out.
to, I tried to. I had to, because that's one of the ways that I could really be in touch with my supporters, my fans, because TikTok is
Yeah.
like the app right now. But I really had to. I did the work. I did the work. I asked friends of mine, even Inigo, to just, can you teach me how to do this? Or is there a particular dance challenge that you think I can do or that we can do together? Yeah, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that the people appreciate the TikToks that I do, because sometimes it just, I can't believe that I'm able to do those things. Like, I never imagined pre-pandemic that I would be able to do TikTok videos like the ones I've posted.
Oh yeah, keep doing your thing too. Like it keeps me entertained. You end up on my like for you page every so often. And I'm like, all right, this is cool. This is cool. I also see like, you and your husband are also like, you do some videos with your husband too. How long have you two been married?
We've been married over a little over a year. So we got
Okay.
married in the pandemic. We got
Oh my
married
God.
August
Congratulations.
of thank you, August
How
of
was the wedding?
2020. It was amazing. It was a super intimate event. Our
Mm,
parents were not there because at that time flying in and out of Manila was just impossible, and
yeah.
the vaccines were not available at that time yet. So we did not want to risk it by having them fly in from Mindanao. So they just watched our wedding through Zoom, and then we have a couple of
Oh,
friends
wow.
attend the wedding. Yeah, it was just, I think, a party of less than 20 people.
Really?
Yeah, it was a
Wow.
small wedding, but it it was beautiful. Like
Mm.
it's the wedding that we never thought we wanted. Yeah,
In what
like how
ways?
it came out. Because we originally planned for a we never planned for a big wedding, but the original plan was bigger than what we did back in August. It was supposed to be a wedding in Baguio because we both love being in the mountains, being in
Mhm.
places that are cold. Yeah, so our relatives and our parents were supposed to fly in for the wedding, and a lot of people were supposed to be involved in the event, but we had to cut down, we had to adjust, and we were supposed to just postpone the wedding to like after the pandemic. But we realized that tomorrow is never promised. We can just keep on
Mm.
pushing back the wedding, but we will never know. We were supposed to do it January of this year because we thought the pandemic would be over, but hello, it's still
Yeah.
here.
You're like, yo,
Yeah.
give me my ring, please. I need that right now.
Yeah, so we just decided to just let's do it, because I'm from Mindanao, so my family is not here, and TJ is also from Mindanao, so his family is not here. So when we got
Mm.
married, now we live in the same house, and we have our own little family with our little dog. So it
Aw.
kind of worked out for the better. Now I got a tech team doing the stuff for me.
Hey, you seem like you're in the best position possible.
Yeah,
That's
I am
lit.
happy. I'm happy. The situation we're in right now, like the whole world, oh, it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. Harder
Okay, so
for a lot of people, but every day I just find something that I could be grateful for. Like
ooh.
now I just always remind myself every day to just pause a little bit and just think of all the stuff that I am experiencing right now that a lot of people are just wishing they could. So yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this. It's about what, 3 o'clock in the afternoon over there in the Philippines,
Yeah.
right? So you're like a little bit more than halfway through your day.
Mhm.
What are some things that you were thankful for today? Because you said you kind of just reflect every single day about something you're thankful for.
I'm thankful that whenever I talk to my parents, because pre-pandemic, I always talk to my parents via video call or FaceTime.
Mhm.
But during the pandemic, I realized that in our FaceTime conversations, I would always just be in a hurry, or I would talk to them and then, okay, bye, mom, I have to go because I have to do this, blah 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 blah. And then during the pandemic, that's when I really had to slow down and just like stare at my dad during the conversation, and it made me realize, oh my gosh, like the time has just flew by because now my dad has white hair, his beard is white,
Wow.
blah blah. So I am just thankful that even though the pandemic has been pretty tough for all of us, it
Yeah.
made me slow down. It made me cherish moments more. Like every day, I get
Mhm.
to wake up beside the person I care for the most in the world. I get to do music with him. Yesterday, I was able to host a little dinner with the glam team
I
with
saw
my
that.
Becky friends.
I
Yeah,
saw that.
it's just thanking them for all the effort they put in whatever I do for the
Yeah.
past 9 years. Yeah, those are things that we don't actually get to do before the pandemic because we're always just busy. Blah blah blah. We keep on
Yeah.
just planning, and then okay, guys, I have to rain check on this because we have another stuff that we should
Mhm.
finish. Blah blah blah. But yeah,
I hear you. During the pandemic, my sister actually gave birth not to just one, but two kids. Yeah.
pandemic babies.
They're both pandemic babies. One is actually the more recent one, Chance, a boy. He's my inaanak. And
Wow,
yeah, see, I know a little bit of Tagalog, right? But he's
perfect
my inaanak.
pronunciation.
And it's funny because I actually share the same sentiments that you did. Just being in LA, this San Francisco is about 5 hours away from where I currently
Mhm.
live, right? A 5 hour drive, a 1 hour flight. And I noticed like, wow, I really, as much as I'm doing what I do for my family and my loved ones, I also had to remind myself, like, but you also do what you do with them and for them if you spend some time with them too, because
Mhm.
I've come to realize it's not worth it. Like, whatever your goal in life is, right? Like, whether you want to be like the best singer, the best artist, the best DJ, whatever, it's not worth it if your loved ones are not around you.
Yeah. Because when all those things are gone, the only people present in your life are going to be a family.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for me too, that's one of the most important things in my life is to just be with family regardless of like the situation. If I can't be with them physically, then I always make sure I get to talk to them every day. I've actually gotten closer to my parents and my siblings during the pandemic. we
Dude,
always just
same. Oh my
we
gosh.
always just do video call every single day, twice a day.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh
medicine.
my god.
After
Hey.
meals.
Y'all got your phones over here like, all right, let's say grace when we eat. Anak, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for the space time call right before we eat. Like, yo, that's cool though. I'm loving the fact that you have like such a dynamic relationship with your family. Like, and truthfully, that's gonna translate to the family that you will eventually have with your husband too. I mean, you have it with your dogs as well, so
Yeah. In
that's
the
how
far future.
in the far future, in the far future. KZ, something super crazy that I'm so happy about is that, growing up, I didn't see too many Filipinos. I actually didn't see any Filipinos like in movies or anything aside from like Dante Bosco doing his thing in like Hook, for example, right?
Yeah. As
And
Rufio.
yes, Rufio. Oh my gosh, such a good movie. So to find out that you did the first Filipino Tagalog song for the new Disney movie Raya. I'm like, I literally like went like this. Like, this is so crazy to me. Like, I mean, I want to make this such a big deal because it's important to see someone like yourself like really be on a platform that a lot of people can recognize and a lot of Filipinos can be like, whoa, like a Filipino did this song. So can you walk me through like how did that even occur and how did that even make you feel to know that you were on such a big platform to do a song that you made?
Um, the song was released, I think, March of this year, 2021,
Yeah.
but the negotiations started end of the year last year.
Okay.
Um, when my management told me Disney wants you to sing this song, I was just like, "Are you sure? Can you double check? Because I'm not the type of singer. Usually, I'm not the type of singer Disney usually chose it.
Mm,
Disney usually chooses to sing their songs. Like they always, most of the time, they choose singers who can belt or like singers who do more theater. And I'm like
mm.
so far from those things. I don't do those stuff. So I
Okay, wait, I got to give you more credit than that.
okay.
You sing like crazy, girl. Come on, don't say you don't do that because you sing like no other person. I promise you that.
Wow. Thank you. But I just had to make sure. So I told them, can you double check, make sure that it's really my name, or maybe it's like a different KZ, or like is there somebody with the same name? I just want to make sure because I didn't want to
Yeah.
get my hopes up and then just end up being brokenhearted because it's a different KZ. We're not talking about you. So I had them double check and then they told me, yeah, it's real. They really want you to do it. And then I didn't believe them until we really had the meeting with Disney. And we
Mm,
were in the Zoom meeting. That's when I realized, oh my gosh, this is real. Like this is the real thing. But
yeah.
it was just mind blowing to me that an opportunity like that would come for me. I never in a million years thought it would be possible. If you ask me, did you ever dream of singing a Disney song? I would say yes, of course, but I never thought it would be possible.
Mm.
It still blows my mind to even think about it that I sang the first ever Disney song in Filipino. Yeah. Can you
Man, wait,
imagine?
come on,
I
say
can't
that
even I
again.
can't even believe it.
Say that again. Come
Every
on,
time I say
man.
that, I did the first ever Filipino Disney song. And like what you said, it's just so important to me that Southeast Asians are represented in the world because we are underrepresented like in a
Mm,
lot of industries, especially in the music industry, in the film industry. So it says a lot that Disney made an effort to really find somebody from the Philippines to sing a Disney song in Filipino. So I still
oh,
can't
man.
believe it. Every time I get to listen to the song again, it's just like it makes me emotional. My gosh. It's something
Oh.
that I will proudly tell my future children. Mom sang the
Mom, your mom sang the first Filipino Tagalog Disney song. No, your mom's in the history books for sure, for sure. But it'll definitely open up doors for hopefully other Filipinos
hopefully.
to do the same thing, and I will be
Mm,
happy. I will be happy once I can just look at like the Billboard chart, or I can just look at like Grammy nominations and just be like, oh yeah, she's Filipino, he's Filipino, they're Filipino. But even more so to the point where I just see everyone and I'm just like, damn, like we really taking over this joint right now.
that's the goal. That's the actual goal. To see Filipinos performing in the Grammys and to even hear OPM songs in the Grammys. Imagine like if BTS are able to sing Korean in the Grammys or like the AMAs,
Mhm.
for example, just recently. The dream would be to perform OPM in those big stages.
Okay, let me ask you this because I don't know if you know Rosalind C, right? But I have this
I love
discussion.
her.
I love Rosalind. I love her. Me and Rosalind have this discussion a lot. and I'll talk about Sweetie or I'll talk about Guap Dad, and she'll be like, "Oh, well, Sweetie's OPM or Guap Dad's OPM." I'm just like, "Okay, hold on," because when I was in the Philippines back in like 2006, 2007, they were listening to like Christian Bautista or like Glock 9, like Simpling Tao, and they're like, "This is OPM." So I'm just like, dude. So like, what is OPM? Is OPM like is it like the mood? Is it the fact that they're just Filipino? Like, what is OPM to you?
Wow, that is a beautiful question. Like it could be a question in the Miss Universe. That's a pretty tough question to answer.
Hey
But
man.
OPM is just representing the Philippines wherever you are in the world, making sure you shine as a Filipino through music. That I think is OPM, regardless of the language, because like after being colonized by people, different people in the past, like the influence in our culture and music is undeniable. So whatever you put out in the world, if it's in Filipino, English, or Latin or whatever,
Mm.
just do whatever you do in the best of your abilities and make sure you like represent the Philippines and do the country proud.
Oh man, amen to that. Come on, we got to do a couple more air horns for that. That was the absolute best answer I ever could have heard. If I ask anybody else that same question, better be better than yours.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god, 11:59 is out, everybody, and such an amazing song. I'm so happy to have even like listened to it. Go over 11:59. We saved a little promo for 11:59 at the end. Go tell everybody about the song and how crazy it is, and
So 11:59 is my first international single under Tarshir Records, produced by the music genius, Grammy nominated
there we
producer
go.
Lugo Gonzalez. Oh my gosh, I still can't believe I'm able to say that. I just recorded a song produced by a Grammy nominated producer.
Come on, man, come
Yeah,
on.
so I recorded the song before the pandemic, and we were supposed to release it around 2020, but because of the pandemic, we really had to like push everything, push back, and just change the schedule. But I am very thankful to Tarshia Records, to ABS-CBN, and my managements for just allowing me to do my stuff and to push for the release of the song, to push for the shooting of the video and the release and the promo. Yeah, 11:59 is now available on all digital music streaming platforms worldwide, and the music video is also available in the official YouTube channel of Tarshia Records. So please, guys, for everybody who are listening right now or watching the video, please do support 11:59, and yeah, support OPM worldwide.
Oh man, support OPM worldwide. And KZ, before you leave, like I said before the interview, I do this TikTok segment where we do top 3 karaoke songs. I hope you are ready. All right.
I'm still thinking about it
Hey man,
actually.
look, you gonna have some time to think. I'm gonna say this slowly. All right, we gonna do this slowly.
Okay.
Nico Blitz podcast. I got the one and only KZ Tandingan in the building. Top 3 karaoke songs right now.
Number one would be Sunday Morning, Adam Levine.
You gotta
Like,
sing it.
uh, things just get so crazy, living life gets hard to do. And I will gladly hit the road, get up and go if I knew oh, someday it will lead me back to you. Oh, someday it will lead me back to you.
Oh. Number 2.
Number two would be La Vie en Rose.
Oh, okay.
Very varied. Hold me close and hold me fast, the magic spell you cast. This is La Vie en Rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see La Vie en Rose.
Can I just reiterate the fact that we are doing this over the internet and it sounds absolutely beautiful?
Wow. Thank you.
Like she's speaking into a microphone and it's going over the internet and it sounds the way it does. Like, come on, man. All right, number 3.
Okay, number 3. I'm not sure if it's already available in the karaoke, but if it were, something's on your mind, middle of the night, better let it out. I'm giving you a chance, better make it right tonight. Nobody knows what a minute holds. 60 seconds can make or break your life. I'm not holding on, no, about to let go. You better speak your soul because you're running out of time. 11:59.
You know, you were the first artist to sing their own song. It's kind of like a trick question. Like I'm trying to have the artist plug. You're literally the first artist to do that. So I applaud you. You look. Shout out to Tarsier. Shout out to you for just you brand yourself so perfectly, KZ. I appreciate you.
Thank you for giving me a pass for allowing me to do the song.
Oh, of course. Shouts out to KZ once again, 11:59 out right now. My name is Nico Blitz, Nico Blitz podcast, and we are out.